Good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm a couple minutes late jumping on here. I've been ready. I've just been sitting here doing some reading and stuff, and I have a class at 8 o'clock online, so I won't be on for too long today. Hope you're doing good. Happy Saturday. Our weather is spectacular right now. Just what we've been waiting for. I was able to sit out on the patio last night and enjoy the evening. I was out there early this morning to watch the sun come up and have some coffee and do some meditation. It's just beautiful. In fact, it was a little bit chilly this morning. I almost came in to get a little sweater or something, and then I got meditating and I forgot. So anyway, I hope you have something fun planned for this weekend. I got a great weekend. I've got some Reiki appointments and going to pick up a second massage table so that I have it. Hi Nancy, so that I have it for my Reiki class that I'm doing in November. And so if anybody's interested in learning Reiki, give me a jingle. I've got it on my website also. On November 10th, I will be teaching Reiki 1. Small class, because I want it to be very intimate and personal, be able to really work with each person and to be able to spend the time that they need to get the most out of it. So Reiki 1 is on November 10th. It's a Saturday. It's from 9 to 5. It's going to be in my home. And you will receive your Reiki 1 attunements and probably your first symbol and some hands-on practice. So, you know, Reiki can be done to yourself. You can do self-Reiki. And so I really recommend it for anybody who's in any kind of healthcare environment, nurses, caregivers, also anybody who is who has any like chronic illnesses or aches and pains, anybody going through depression. If you do self-Reiki on a daily basis, it is quite miraculous. And, you know, to learn it and be able to do it for yourself, at least part of the time, is certainly much more budget friendly. So anyway, if you want more information on that, you can check out my website. By the way, I never introduce myself on these. I just assume everybody knows who I am. My name is Kerri Wade. I am a Reiki Master Teacher, Usui Reiki. I'm also a Karuna Reiki practitioner, and I'm a hypnotherapist. And I am also just beginning to offer ETR, which is Energy Transfer Reset Sessions. And I'm going to put more information on my page here later today and on my website. So be watching for that, okay? I wanted to share a couple of Reiki stories. Gosh, this book is new, and look, I've already got it all bent up because that's how I roll. This is a book called Reiki 101. It's from Reiki Rays, and it's 101 answers for your Reiki questions. And there are 5 different Reiki practitioners or Reiki masters, I'm not sure what their levels are, that are answering different questions. And so, you know, I love some of the examples in here about some Reiki stories. So here's a couple I'm going to just share with you quickly. So Judy scheduled a Reiki session to alleviate stress resulting in high levels of anxiety. Reiki helped her to relax, and she easily fell into a deep meditative state. When the session ended, her first conscious thought was, "I need a new job." This thought surprised her as she felt secure and proud of her corporate position. Yet, she knew it was important to honor this thought, and she examined the benefits and costs of her current job in a realistic, in-depth way. She decided to be open to better possibilities, networked within her professional community, and soon had a much more fulfilling and less stressful job. Her anxiety was gone. Sometimes, you know, we go into a session expecting healing on one thing or results on a particular thing, and what comes out of it is something completely different, because Reiki works on the spiritual level. It works on the root of the problem, not the symptoms of the problem. And so sometimes what somebody comes out of a Reiki session feeling or thinking or knowing is, it's not at all what they came for. And that's the beauty of Reiki, and I like to call it smart energy, because the energy, Reiki energy, goes to wherever it is needed the most in the body. It starts there. So here's another great one. And this is also something that happens. Michael felt fatigued all day, every day, and several friends urged him to try Reiki to boost his energy level. During the session, tears flowed as he finally allowed the grief he had stuffed inside over the past year. His father's death was the most difficult loss he had ever experienced. Although he was somewhat embarrassed by the emotional release, he noted his heavy heart felt much lighter. The compassionate Reiki practitioner provided loving reassurance, informing him the flow of tears was indeed an important healing moment for him. Again, he came in because he was just lethargic. He was full of fatigue, and it was a constant thing. And what happened was a deep emotional release that needed to be let go of, so that he could move on from that. And the others here, I'm just like skimming here, so I'll just read this paragraph. When we open our hearts and souls to spirit, healing is always available. Reiki is a beautiful modality facilitating the healing process. Most often, healing occurs over a period of time as a physical symptom or misguided belief is transformed, although miracles can and do happen within a session or two. Healing often manifests in unexpected ways. There are many possibilities as to why we may not be blessed with the physical cure or a spiritual breakthrough. Perhaps we're not ready to deal with a particular emotional issue, or carrying a chronic condition may be part of our life plan and purpose. No matter what the result, Reiki always brings loving and healing energies into our lives. So I just love those little stories. I love to read about other people's experiences with Reiki and their process, their healing process. So I'm going to talk too a little bit on a future one, not today, about Reiki and the death process. Many of us do Reiki for hospice patients, and of course, we're not at that stage. We are not there to try to bring about any kind of healing, but to bring about comfort and to reduce the anxiety and let go of the fears of it and help soften the pain, not only for the person who is transitioning, also for the family and the loved ones. And that's a really important part of the process. And a lot of times we do some guided imagery with it as well. And very, very healing and very comforting. So I'll talk about that another time. So today's chapter is 2 Ways to Feel Wind. This is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. Anytime I mention a book on here, I'm trying to put it onto my website. I have a recommended reading list on my website, which is just kerriwade.com. And this book is on there as well. It's like, it's 365 days a year, dated little entries by this gentleman, Mark Nepo, who is a poet and has a beautiful way with words. So there are 2 ways to feel wind. Climb into the open and be still, or keep moving. And this comes down to the doing versus being that we've talked about on here lots of times. Everyone alive embodies both being and doing. The wind we create by running is the energy of becoming, and the wind that comes to us by stilling ourselves is the energy of being. Being human, there are endless times we need to be still, and as many times that we need to move. But much of our confusion as modern citizens comes from trying to have the one we are more comfortable with substitute for the other. Those of us who struggle with being still often can't find the native wind. while those of us uncomfortable with living in the world can retreat into a stillness that is open but often void of the energy of living. Yet these concerns are more seamless than how we tend to discuss them. My godson Eli captured the oneness of being and becoming when going for a walk the autumn he was 6. He and his father were standing in an open field bordered with maples and willows when a wind lifted through. It so excited Eli that he began to twirl and spin and run with his arms wide through the brightened trees. Out of breath and stunned, he tugged on his father's sleeve, exclaiming, "Daddy, Daddy, if you run too fast, you can't tell what's real." Amazingly, there is a great insight in children and great innocence. They carry a wisdom they often live but seldom know. Ironically, we spend our lives trying to regain that treasured state where being and doing are inseparably one. I love that. We have talked about being versus doing. Are you just doing, you're not ever being? Or are you just being, and you're never doing? The truth is you have to have a balance of both, right? Here's an exercise. He gives us a little exercise at the end of each chapter, which I love. Which comes to you more easily, being or doing? Why do you think this is so? What would you like to change about your energy of doing? What would you like to change about your energy of being? Wholeheartedly choose to spin with your arms wide in an open field the next chance you get. What else feels like this for you? What sort of involvement brings being and doing together for you? Wholeheartedly choose to involve yourself this way at least twice in the next 2 weeks. Woo! Okay, so if you are older or not very stable, I wouldn't suggest spinning in a field with your arms open. As your dizzy ass is going to fall on the ground. So, but we can do it metaphorically too. We can just stand with our arms open. We can move our bodies. We can dance. We can sway. So you don't have to spin in circles. I don't think. It may not be a real good idea for some people. So have a great Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow morning. And watch for more information about the ETR sessions on here today. For the month of October, they're going to be $25 per session. And it's about a 30 to 45 minute session. It's done online, so you don't need to leave your house. And I will just send you a link for a Zoom meeting. And I'm really excited to be offering these. And I'll be doing them Monday through Friday. 3 appointments each day, 3, 4, and 5 o'clock. If you need something outside of that, let me know. Send me a text or send me a message through here. You can always text or call me, 480-205-9410, or visit my website, kerriwade.com. Okay? Peace and blessings to you. I love you. Thank you very much for being here, and have a fantastic day. Bye.